Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Doing a little non-wing sprint car asphalt racing tonight. I have never raced these cars. I've only practiced them. And, should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I actually really like these cars. They're a lot of fun. I will probably get smashed, but that's okay. That's okay. The main thing I like about these cars is pretty much if you can drive these asphalt sprint cars, you could pretty much drive any asphalt car. It's like the non-wing sprint cars on dirt. Like, if you can drive the non-wing sprint car, like, control it, be decent at it, you can pretty much drive any other dirt car. You might not be the best, but you can handle any other dirt car.
Green flag, green flag. Here comes your first time left.
We are gonna take it easy. This first qualifying lap here. Not trying to lay down a heater, just trying to get one on the board because of that right there. See, I can't even qualify these things. It takes me like 3 laps before I can even lay the throttle down because the car gets so, the tires are like colder and it gets so sideways. That's okay, I'm going to be honest. I kind of want to start in the back anyways.
You've got the officials upset with your slow driving.
Because I don't want to be... These guys have like a point series and stuff. I don't want to take anybody out or mess up. So I'm going to kind of lay in the back for the first few laps. Because yeah, the first like 5 laps when I was practicing, if I could get through like the first 5 laps, it was okay. But I got to get through them first. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fastest lap I did in practice was 16.2. I was about 4/10 off, so we'll see what happens. Gonna be a handful. What's up, Hyper? After these, I don't know what we'll run. I did build the truck setup. There's a truck race. We'll run a truck race, the truck race at Phoenix. Yeah, we'll run the truck race tonight because I did build a setup for that place. I want to try it. I want to try my truck setup. So, iRacing Super Speedway, I don't know. I don't know if we'll do that. We'll see. But maybe we'll leave and run some dirt tonight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Gonna race just whatever. Gonna just have some fun. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Been all right, Tanner. Been really busy. Doing just a lot. This last week I kind of just took a break in terms of like, you know, trying to get a bunch of stuff done. I did a lot of testing on the asphalt side, really worked on the trucks and the super late models and the cup cars and the Xfinity cars, you know, really trying to the mods. I worked on basically all the asphalt oval cars, minus the sprint cars and the Silver Crown. Just really trying to figure them out, see what makes them tick. Hyper, I've got free super late model setups on the website. I'll be posting the Myrtle Beach setup in the morning. So, yeah, in fact, heck, I can post it right now. At least I think I can. Let me see. But yeah, I post all the setups and all the free setups and stuff like that. I just post them on the free membership site. So but yeah, the truck setup that I built for Phoenix, that will be on the free members website. Any setup that I build right now that's asphalt, I wrecked on my qualifying lap, so don't feel bad, Shay. But Yeah, I just all the stuff right now. It's just I just put it up for free. Because me neither. I was running my best laps when I wasn't even making it full throttle. Yeah, it's only one split. Yeah, I'm in the back. You'll be in front of me. So there you go. It's on the website now. The free one. I've got Myrtle Beach, USA, Bristol, few of them. So and then
All right, man.
also
Line up on the outside row now. Pit road is closed.
trucks and stuff like that. So I really need to
You only have one additional set of tires for this race.
one additional set of tires. We can take pit stops in the sprint cars. I'm running 19.5, and the guys who have setups are running 18.5. If you're talking about Myrtle Beach Hyper, the setup that I have, I was running mid to upper 18s with it. I'm actually doing a video. I'm going to be recording a video probably tomorrow. I'll finish it. I had already started it. It's basically on like the most important adjustment that you can make that most people never make. They never change it. And it's the casters. Especially on the super late models. Getting your front caster right is really important, because if you hit the brake and those casters are off, that car will snap. And I spent probably, man, an hour just getting the casters right on that car.
Get ready.
Good luck, Shay.
The pace car is in.
All right.
Green, green, green. Inside. Stay high.
Just want to get
Clear
through the
low,
first few
clear
laps
low.
here.
Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high. We have a slow car up high. All right, man, caution is out, caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Let the 23 car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out.
Shay, is that you in the black 21? Okay. That would be awesome. This track, Irwindale, dude, when I was doing the midgets and stuff like that, back in the day, Irwindale was like the Taj Mahal of USAC racing, pavement USAC racing. Like, it was a big deal to go to Irwindale.
Pit road is now open.
The asphalt midgets fly around this track, man. Fly. What's up, George? Get my tower back tonight. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, my brother, I was talking to him, and he's wanting to do a new build for his system. He's going to do an all, like, gigabyte custom water cooled. Like, he's got this just awesome system that he wants to build. And I've been saying for a while that I'm kind of getting frustrated with the AMD stuff. And I think one of the reasons why that I might be having some problems with it, I don't think it's 100% AMD's fault. I think one of the reasons I'm having some problems with it is I remember when my brother took the CPU out of his motherboard,
Alright, man, we're
and we
going
went
green
to
next
put it
time by.
into this other one. I remember I was like, dude, you bent, because he had bent like 2 pins on it. And he straightened them out, and it went in, and it should work if it goes in, and all the cores register and stuff like that, but there's just times where it does weird stuff.
Get ready.
And so I don't know if that's from those
Space
bent
cars,
pins. I don't know if that's just a coincidence, if it's the processor sort of just being weird. I don't know. But I just know that there's times that I have issues with this CPU that I've never had with any Intel CPU.
Green flag, green flag.
And so he's talking about, he's like, well, I'm going to do this new build, and then I'll give you my
Stay
10900K
low, there's a car on the high
and my
side.
Intel stuff, and my water blocks, and then we'll
You're
do a
clear
custom
high,
water
clear high.
build on your system and all this stuff. And I'm just like, dude, you don't have to do that. He's like, I know. I want to. Whatever. Like, getting him into
Dodge.
computer gaming, PC gaming, was, I
Still
said
there.
before, it was like taking a crackhead to a cocaine convention.
Clear low, clear low.
Oh, I pushed up that time.
Outside. Still there. Still there, towards the line. We have a slow car up high. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file.
Oh, no.
Pit road is closed. Left up 23. Car
Oh,
by.
I gotta let
Slow
that
car
guy
up high.
by. Dang it,
Left
I
up
passed him.
23. Car by. He had the
Dang.
position when the yellow flag came out.
These things are a handful, man. But they're a lot of fun, dude. I really like these. I really like these. What's up, Lane?
Past the hey car.
This is Irwindale, Riley. Yeah, this is Irwindale.
Catch the 23. Car.
This track's down in Southern California. It used to be the Turkey Night track back in the day, back when I was doing midgets and stuff like that. Like I was saying earlier, I'm using brake. But I'm not getting to full throttle, Shay. I'm only getting to like 80% throttle. And then I give it a little bit of brake on the entry, roll through the center, and then I just slowly roll into it out the corner and down the backstretch.
Pit road is now open.
And I'm running 16.2s is what I'm running. So I don't know where you're at, but that's what I'm doing. Okay. I know those guys up front are like a half a second faster than me, so. Yeah, I don't know how they do that. Oh, oh, you're talking about super late models. Yeah, Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is it's a pretty tough track in the super late models, because when you're going down the front stretch, the way that it bends and then the way that the wall is, if you don't hit that entry correct, it's really easy to overdrive that corner or to have it snap on you. And then what'll happen is you'll arc it in and you're like, oh man, I hit this corner perfect. And then you start to hit the throttle, and the next thing you know, you're hitting those bumps on the inside and the car's bouncing all over the place. It's a really unique corner. It kind of reminds, it's like an asphalt version of Weed Sport. Like, that's what it reminds me of. Oh no, Riley, the asphalt super late models. At least that's what I thought Hyper was talking about, was the asphalt stuff, since we were doing an asphalt race. Hyper, everything's on the website now. Everything's on the website. All you have to do is go to schoolofsimracing.net, click on the button that says Join Community, and then you automatically get access to the free membership site. That's where I post all of the free stuff. So all of the free dirt setups for the sprint cars, the dirt late models, the big blocks, the midgets, all of the free setups for the asphalt stuff, all of the, I just put up like 7 or 8 different custom suits and custom helmets, completely free. Everything is there. You get it all for free. And once you have access to it, you have access to it forever.
Green flag, green
It's not
flag.
something like you get, I give you access and then in a month I'm like, oh, you need to pay. Like, no, it's like once you're in, you're in. You got it forever. So yeah, if you haven't signed up on the website yet, go do that. But that's where all the, whether you're talking dirt super late model or asphalt super late model, that's where all the setups are. All the free setups.
All clear, all clear. Just keep hitting your mark. Got one outside. Still there.
Whew, these things are a freaking handful,
Clear
man.
high, clear high. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Whew.
Past the hey car.
These
past
things
the,
are a
hey,
handful.
car,
They're a lot of
next
fun.
up,
I really like
15
these things.
car.
I wish more official races happened. What's up, Anthony? Yeah, Riley, I pretty much love all late models, asphalt and dirt. Like, I'm just a huge late model guy now, man. I really am. Ran fourth until Super M Pro. Oh, that sucks.
Pit road is now open.
In the Dirt Pros, when I ran SSR in like 3600 SOF, I got smashed at Charlotte a while ago. Dirt Pro. You mean the Dirt Pro late models? The late model setups, the late model cars now are hands down the most temperamental setups in terms of driving, like being driver dependent. So Greg Lamy, for example, right now, Greg's obvious. I mean, Greg's a pro driver. He's amazing. But Greg went out when he started running the dirt late models. He just was running SSR setups, and he was running in officials like with the top guys, you know, the McSwains and Majulis and those guys with the SSR setups. But my buddy Scott,
Pit road is closed.
who is another phenomenal late model driver in the SSR stuff, he is like a 10th and a half off of the pace. And it's because he's got to make the car more suited for him. The car that I have is a little, he said it was like a little too loose for him. And with that new tire model on the late models, those things are they're just so temperamental in terms of being comfortable. Like we just
All right, man, we're going green next
pretty
time.
much wrapped up. I mean, I got a couple more little things I'm going to be doing with them, but we just kind of wrapped up the dirt late model road to pro training. Dude, it's basically everything that we did, everything that we covered. It was get comfortable. Make the car comfortable for you. It's got to be comfortable for you, you know? You just got to get comfortable. And the setups, like, I'll be the first one to tell you, like, this SSR stuff, there's going to be people that it's going to fit great, you know what I mean? And then there's going to be people where it's going to be like, dude, I'm freaking slow in this, you know?
Green, green, green.
It's just, it's unfortunate. It sucks. I wish I could build the fastest setups for every person, man. I really do. That would be awesome if I could do that. If I had the skills and the know-how to do that, to build like 5 different setups. Be like, hey, if this one doesn't work, try this one.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution
Dang
is
it.
out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Past the
Yes.
20, past the...
No, Riley, so not technical on the way you need to drive it. Technical, when I say technical, I thought I said temperamental. And what I just mean by that is that you can have a car that is just, if it's just a little too tight for you, for example, right? If it's just a little too tight for you, that little too tight, especially if you're in a 3600 strength of field in the Pro late models, like those, see the Pro late models, a lot of people don't really think about this. The Pro late models are actually harder to be fast in consistently than the Supers. See, you can have a bobble in the Supers and you've got a 438 cubic inch engine, right, that can make up for that bobble. In the Pro late models, that bobble, right, which costs you 1/10 of a second in the Supers, can cost you 3/10 of a second because those things take forever to build up your momentum. And that little bit, right, if the car's just a little too tight and you have to shake it a little bit loose, right, because maybe you don't drive it in as deep, or maybe you like to let off before the entry as opposed to driving it in, right? Like that one little thing could make the car feel completely different to you, right? Where for me, it feels great. And then all of a sudden, now you got a car that doesn't feel good and you're having to make it work. And sometimes when you make it work, it might still be fast, and sometimes it might be slow, you know, it's scrub speed. And so that's the thing with the setups, especially when you're getting to like you said, 3600. That's top level splits, man. Like that, those are good drivers, really good drivers. So when I say technical, I just mean that, like, you really want that thing dialed in for you. I had a guy one time who, I've actually had more than one, but there's one in particular that really stands out because he had actually gotten the free setups, the first round of setups that I'd ever put out, the first free setups I'd ever put out. And he had sent me all kinds of messages for like a 2-month period, 3-month period where, I mean, he was winning races, finishing top 5, like, oh my God, it was incredible. And then all of a sudden, I started getting messages from him like, dude, I'm in the back of the feature. Like, you know, I finished 12th, you know, qualified in the middle of the pack, finished 5th in my heat race, and then I finished 14th in the feature. What's wrong with the setups, right? Like, that's what he was saying. And I told him, I'm like, well, dude, what's your I rating done? Like, how much has it gone up?
Get ready.
He's like, well, it's doubled. I'm like, okay, well, you're not in the group of driver anymore. That's just, that setup is so much better than everybody. You just go out there and drive it. Like, you got to really make that thing fit you now, because those guys have got something that fits them, and they're phenomenal drivers. And so it's just evolving, you know, not just with the setup, but with your driving. And as you get better, right, you'll notice that certain things might need to be changed, that you'll notice like, hey man, I used to like my car like this and now I like it like this. I mean, I'm a setup guy. That's what I do. I build setups. I help people build setups. I teach them, you know, all kinds of stuff. And even the stuff that I use that I've had before that was like can't miss, I used to win all kinds of races with, those things I hardly use anymore because my driving has changed, it's evolved, and the level of competition that I race against has gotten better, and so I have to improve, and that means I gotta, you know, do things a little bit differently.
Got one outside. Still there? Hold your line. Stay low. There is a car on the high side. You're in the top 10. Stay low.
Oh my God, I'm trying not to get into Shay here, but I cannot keep my momentum up down there.
Outside. You're clear high, clear high. Got one outside. All clear, all clear.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of Shay, right, the guy who's right in front of me, Shay does the sprint car setups for the Insider program now. Shay is one of the best dirt drivers on the sim. Me and him just did a recording together today. It's a video that I'm putting together. And he's talking about kind of the, you know, the best tips that he has to be fast in a wing sprint car. And
all clear, all clear.
There are people who, right, with Shay setups, right, you're talking pro driver, one of the best dirt drivers there is, knows a lot about setups, very, very intelligent. Very, like, knows his stuff. And there's people that I've had message me who've said, like, I like your stuff better. Doesn't mean that Shay's stuff is bad. It just, that's my stuff fit them better. That's all. And so that's all it is, man. It's just finding what fits you the best.
You're clear high, clear high.
And look, I'm not trying to drive you away from SSR, but you might find that other stuff fits you better. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, that's
like
just
you're in the top 10.
the reality of it, you know? But that's a good thing, man. If you find that where you're at, that's a good thing. When you're running in 3600 strength of fields and you're like, man, I got to find some more speed, right? Like you've outgrown the current setups that you're using. That's a good thing. That means your skills have surpassed it.
Inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Clear low, clear low. Inside. All clear, all clear. Inside. Clear low, clear low.
Shay's looking. He's looking. He's about ready to throw the asphalt version of a slide job on me.
Stay high. There's a car on the low side.
There it is.
Clear low, clear low. Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high. Inside. All clear, all clear. You got one inside. All clear, all clear. Inside. All clear, all clear. You got one inside. Clear low, clear low. You got one outside. Stay low.
I did not think I came down on
You're
that,
clear
dude.
high, clear high. Outside. Stay low. You're clear high, clear high. You got one outside. Still there. Stay low. Still there. We have a slow car up high. Got one stopped up high. Still there? Hold your line. Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Whoa! Whoa!
Still there.
What the hell?
You're clear high. Clear high.
God dang it.
Outside. All clear, all clear. Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high. Outside.
Now I got the leader right behind me. God dang it.
Stay low. All clear, all clear. Outside. Still there? Hold your line. All clear, all clear. We have 10 to go this time by. Slow car up high. Got one stopped up high. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Yeah, Riley, I have always been open about that, man. Like, SSR, yes, we offer paid services, you know what I mean? A wide array of them. You know, we don't just offer setups, you know, we got training. I'm putting together the Road to Pro Sprint Car training that I did right now. I'm actually putting that together so people can just get the recordings. No, I had another guy who actually drove me all the way down into the infield right after that. I think he got loose and like got hooked on my Nerf bar or something. So I'm a lap down now. Which sucks because I was having fun racing you and that other guy, man. That was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. But I've always told people like, dude, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's just the truth. Like, that's just all there is to it. It's just the truth, you know? So.
Pit road is now open.
And for me, yes, SSR is my job now. I mean, this is how I pay my bills. That's how I feed my family. For the amount of time that I put into it, I have to be able to do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do everything that I do for everybody. But it's always been about the community and helping everybody. You know what I mean? That's why we have the free stuff. So yeah, man, I'll be the first one to be honest with you. You know, I've seen the SSR stuff do awesome. You know what I mean? With the right drivers, I've seen it do awesome. You know, it's just
Let the 7
there's no,
car
like
by.
I said it before, there's no magic, there's no unicorn stuff.
Let the 4 car by. He had the position when the yellow
If
flag
there
came
was,
out.
I'd have it. I'd have it,
Let the
and I
2
wouldn't have
car
shared
by.
it. I'd be the pro right now. I would be
Let the
the
6 car
Bergeron
by.
on the dirt side, and I'd be the Conti or the Keegan Leahy or whatever his name is on the asphalt side. I'd have all the secrets. I'd keep them all to
Let the
myself,
9
but
car
that's
by.
not the case. So.
All right, man, we're going green next time by. Let the 16 car by. Left up 8.
I'm
Car
glad they're
by.
sending me
He
to
had
the back.
position when the yellow flag came out.
I did
Left
not
up
want to be
19.
stuck
Car
in
by.
between
Left up 15. Car
first
by.
and
Left
second
up 10.
place.
Car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out. Left up 20. Car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out. All right, man. The pace car is in. Get ready. Green, green, green.
Well, this race might not have turned out the way I wanted to, but it was definitely fun. I had a lot of fun. Whoa! She got loose there. You can't even get to like full throttle on these things. It's crazy. And these are cars that I didn't do a whole lot of setting up in real life. Even when we ran the asphalt midget, I mean, we only did, I don't know, maybe 10 asphalt races all the time. The asphalt stuff had kind of been going away back when I was doing. I mean, now you look at like the USAC series. I mean, dude, like they don't even hardly run it at all. You know what I mean? Like
outside.
It's like the Silver Crown cars on asphalt. Like that's it. Like the sprint cars and midgets. Like you don't hear about those asphalt races like they used to have back in the day. It's basically just dirt now.
All right, man. It's white flag this time by. One more to go.
Nice race, Shay. Got a top 10, man.
There's the checker. Bring it on home and let's get out of here.
Ah. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed it. Alright, 640. Okay, what can we run here? Let's see, that's 815. Oh, we got Silver Crown. I've never raced a Silver Crown car before. Let's do it. It just like sticks. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, how they're driving it in there. They're braking. I almost think that they're doing a combination of trail braking. I think that they're drag and brake and they're not getting completely out of the throttle. Because I don't know how they can be that smooth. Like, for me, when I let off completely and hit the brake, the car gets so upset. You know, I think that they're maintaining some throttle. Is he? Well, if he ever gets back on the sim, I'll make sure to ask him. How'd my rating go down? How'd my safety rating go down? How many incidents did I have? 8. All right, Silver Crown. Let me see. Do you know how to fix that? When I click on the Myrtle Beach setup, it just goes to the Discord in the free setups. What? When you go to the website, it does that? Really? Okay, well, that shouldn't be the case. What the heck? Why would it go to the Discord? What the hell did I do? Okay, we gotta look at this real quick. Let's bring this over. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, Asphalt Super Late model. Oh, it doesn't show it. Okay, so let's just delete that. Let's just try this again. Asphalt Super Late model, upload file. So, iRacing setup Super Late model SSR Myrtle Beach. Okay. Alright, so when you go to the free members site, you should just have to click on this right here and it should automatically download it. So that should be all you have to do. Who? Oh yeah, those guys are insane. Okay. There we go. Alright, so save next. And that should be good. Okay. Oh crap, it's time for the race. Man, I didn't even get time to practice. Alright, let's see how this goes. What the hell is this? There we go. The hell is that? Hate that crap popping up in my chat, man. Okay, we gotta move back a little bit. That's too close even for me. And okay. Oh, I don't know if okay. Whoa.
Alright, that's the end of practice.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, hype. Yeah, go ahead, man. Show me in Discord. Yeah, I'm driving the Silver Crown car. I've never raced one before. Yes, they are. Yeah, Justin, you don't see too many people racing these. Like I said on the stream, I'm going to try something different tonight. I just wanted to race something that I could get in before the truck race at 7:45 my time. So I picked these because they were getting ready to start.
Green flag, green flag. Here comes your first time left.
Hello, wall. I broke my steering.
One more left to go.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Checkered flag this time by.
I'm a second off the pace. Yeah, I'm way off the pace. Way off the pace. I need to move up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I'm a second off the pace. Has extensive usage, and it's 115 degrees. The track just feels like slick. I'm literally gonna just drop these all 1 pound. What is the maximum on this? Oh, I do love the mods. I love the tour mods. They're awesome. No, I've been working on those already. I love those cars. Yeah, they're weird to look out of, but I really like them because they have a lot of grip. But you still have to drive them correctly. Like if you're out there just stomping on it, like you can snap them loose really easy. They remind me of kind of like the sprint cars, like where you are racing them almost at a slide a lot of times, like you're kind of sliding through the corners. Okay, I actually want to... How does this go up? Sweeps? We're going to try a little trick here. Max all these out. All right. Oh yeah, Justin, I lean like crazy, man. I love leaning. Love leaning. I lean all the time. I used to love Rockingham, man. I love this track, dude. It was such a unique track.
All
80
right, man, we're
laps.
going green
Oh
next
my
time by.
goodness.
All right, man, line up on the inside row. Pit road is closed.
What's up, Sean? Riley, this is a Thrustmaster T300 servo base or base. And then what I did was I bought the Thrustmaster Sparco Rally wheel. So this rim is the Sparco Rally wheel. It's about 2 inches bigger in diameter than the wheel that comes on the T300, which is awesome because that T300 wheel that it comes with, the outside of it basically is on like the inside, and when you're doing like non-wing races, like dude, you're so crossed up, like my arms would be so crossed up that by the end of the race I would be holding like here because the wheel was so small. So the bigger wheel makes a huge difference. Not much, just been racing all day. Yeah, Sean, I've been doing a lot of testing all day. Been working on the, I was working on truck setups and stuff like that. So, getting everything ready for, next season. Next season we'll be rolling out the insider program for the asphalt side, so trying to get it, get things dialed in and figured out. And I got a pretty good handle on the trucks. I've been obviously posting the setups, the free ones, but I've been also giving them to some other people who are like pretty good consistent drivers for the trucks and the Cup and the Xfinity and stuff like that, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback from them. Couple of them actually use a different place.
All right, man.
I won't name the place, but it's a very well-known place. Very good stuff. I've actually used their stuff before. I shouldn't say used, I've tested it before. And my stuff has been as good or comparable to it, which is, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. So it's been pretty good, man. We we still got a little bit more to do, a little bit more to figure out, but I've got a pretty good handle on it so far, so I'm pretty happy about that. Especially on the truck, the Xfinity, and then the Tour mod, the super late model. I got a pretty good handle on those. The Cup car, not really. I haven't done a lot of the Gen 6 stuff or the next gen stuff because I don't know what's going to happen. It should be the next gen is the car we run next season. But God, with everything that's been coming out, it would not surprise me if NASCAR is like, okay, we're going to run the Gen 6 for one more year. Which would kind of be a disaster for them if they did that. Okay. I think I need to turn in a little bit earlier and let off earlier. Okay, so the car won't turn when I do that. It just slid right up the track. Okay, maybe I need to actually use some brake. I haven't been using brake. Maybe I need to try some brake. No! I can see now why they had all that wheel offset in the steering wheel. Since I took some of that out, the car's a little bit more twitchy now. Oh no! Damn it. Crap, I'm broke. God dang it. That's what I get for doing a race that I shouldn't be doing. Oh well. Damn. Yeah, I was up to like 1,300 on my pavement iRating, and then the last, well, if you guys remember the last live stream, I had like 4 wrecks, and then these two, obviously, this just did not go well. So, not good. Need to need to work on something where I'm not wrecking. I don't think I could get the Indy cars in. I really want to do the truck race. I really want to do that. So I'm not gonna. I don't think I could get that done in time. Or that one. Hold on, let's see. What do we have for dirt? Maybe we can get a dirt race in. We don't have anything coming up at 7:15? Really? Come on, man. Really? What's this? Oh, this is a stacked server. But what are they doing? Is it just a practice? Yeah, it's just a practice. They must be practicing for something, getting ready for something. Oh, here we go. What are they doing here? Practice, qualifying, race. When's this start? Dang it. Oh no, are we gonna have that done in time? Because I don't want to take a spot from somebody else. We'll file 25 laps. Practice, qualify, and race. No heats, right? I don't see heats. There are heat races? No, no heat races. Okay. Well, let's do this. We'll run this until the truck race. Damn, I'm gonna have to do some asphalt time trials to get my safety rating back up. Tonight, after I do the live stream, I'm gonna be retexturing the living room in my folks' house. We're redoing the inside of the house right now. Oh my god, I just made it. Insider Season 3 Bearberry feature.
Alright, man, line up on the inside row. Pit road is closed.
I literally just made it. Yeah, I checked, Hyper. I haven't gotten anything from you in the Discord. I just have a thing that says wave. Wave to Hyperflix. Instagram? Yeah, I'm sorry, Hyper. I don't use Instagram. Yeah, Justin, it's been nuts, man. It's been nuts, dude, to see what SSR has become. It's been crazy. It's been a lot of fun, man. It's been awesome. You know, it was to go from basically this was gonna be, you know, School of Sim Racing was just supposed to be the name of the playlist on YouTube.
Catch the 17
And
car.
now I've got a business, you know.
Catch the 12
We've got
car. Catch the 17 car.
I formed Thomas Brandon LLC, Thomas Brandon
Alright, man,
Ventures
we're going green
LLC,
next time by.
and School of Sim Racing, Esports Racing Network,
Get ready.
and the National Auto Racing Club are all brands of Thomas Brandon Ventures now. You know, they're all legitimate businesses now that I run, and it's awesome, man. It's really cool.
Green, green, green. Go low. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Past the 38. Past the...
I already passed the 38. Well, look at these guys.
Let the
So
8
yeah, it's been
car
really
by.
cool, man. To
Past the 02. Past the... Past the 02.
Well, thank you, Justin. I
past the- Pit
appreciate
road
it,
is
man.
now open. Pit road is closed.
it's been really cool, you know, to have all of the people that we have in the community
Let the
and
65 car by. He had
in the
position when
insider
yellow flag came
program,
out.
you know. It's just
Past
been
the 38,
it's been
past
awesome
the- Alright, man, we're going green next time by.
to where I can literally,
Get
you
ready.
know, contract people to do
Space cars
work
in.
with SSR. It's awesome.
Green flag, green flag. Got one stopped up hot. They're showing us a black flag. Pass
I
the
didn't
5,
pass on the ins.
Perfect.
Whatever.
Past the 38, past the go high. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Let the 8 car by. Pit road is now open.
I didn't pass on the inside. That's crap.
Past the 02, past the... Past the 02, past the... Pit road is closed.
What are you trying to show me, Hyper?
Alright, man, we're going green next time by.
Is it a picture or something?
Get ready.
You can send it to me on Facebook, the the Facebook page.
The pace car is in. Green, green, green. Go high. Slow car down low. Outside. All clear, all clear. Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Damn it.
You got a slow car up ahead. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Pit road
This
is
thing
now
is
open.
way too tight on the bottom.
Catch the 17 car. Let the 72 car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out. Pit road is closed. Past the 21. Past the...
Show you the thing where whenever I click on the Myrtle Beach setup, it goes to Discord.
Alright, man, we're going green next time by. Alright, man, line up on the inside row.
Alright, well, give me a second.
ready.
As soon as I'm done with this race, I'll just upload it to a different link and just
Pace
put
car
it in
is
here
in.
or something. So, what are these?
Green flag, green flag. Good job, man. You're up the pit. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Let the 17 car by. Past the 38, past the... Let the 17 car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out. Pit road is now open. Pit road is closed. Let the 17 car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out.
God dang it.
Alright, man, we're going green next time by. Get ready. Alright, man, the pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. Inside, 3 wide, you're in the middle. Clear low, clear low. Inside, you're 2 wide there. All
That
clear,
broke
all
the
clear.
crap out of my car.
Go low. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
My God, my car's like crooked now. Yeah, no problem, Zach. I'm glad it's helped, man. Whew. Think I might be crab walking. Oh well.
Pit
I'm
road
glad
is
it helped,
now
man.
open.
That's awesome, dude. Like that's why I do that stuff.
Pit road is closed.
I did a video today with Shay Paulo. We'll be putting it out. I'll be putting it out probably this week. I know for sure. Probably Thursday. Where me and him, we were looking at some replays. And we were just kind of, he
Alright,
was
man,
kind
we're
of
going green
sharing
next
like,
time by.
you know,
Alright, man, line up on the inside row.
the 3 or 4 most important things to
Get
be
ready.
fast in the wing sprint cars, you know, and he's a pro driver.
man.
So
The pace car is in.
it was really good, dude. It was awesome advice. Like, I can't wait to edit it down and get it on the video. It's gonna be really good.
Good job. The next car is the leader. Good job, man. You're up to second.
My car is way too broken to run the bottom.
Got a car stopped up high. Good job. The next car is the leader. Go high. You got one inside. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Let the Hey car by. Pit road is now open. Catch the Hey car.
Wonder if I can get my black flag
Pit
cleared.
road is closed. Past the 02, past the. Alright, man, we're going green next time by. Alright, man, line up on the inside row. Get ready. Alright, man, the pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Ah!
Good job, man, you're in first.
I knew that was gonna happen with
Alright,
my
man,
car
caution
being
is
broke
out.
on the
Caution is out. Line up single file.
thing.
Pit
Just
road is
snaps
closed.
around. God dang it. Screw it. Ah! Alright, Hyper, let's get this set up to you. Dun, dun, dun. Super late models. There we go. All right, there you go. You're all set. All right, we can practice with the truck now. Get ready for the race. No, Zachary, that wasn't a league race. That was just a hosted race. That's why it was a cluster. Flustercluck it was just a hosted race. That's the hard thing about hosted races, especially when you do open hosted races, is, you know, if they're not password protected, anybody can show up at any level. So you don't even have to have a C license to run the midgets. You can be a rookie and just hop in and run the midgets, and they can get wild. So oh, Zachary, don't worry about it, man. Zachary, everybody, there's so many different skill levels. Zachary, there's so many people better than me. You know how many people in SSR now came into SSR literally as new drivers or struggling, like could not get around the track. Like when I would race against them, like I won everything. Like when we did hosted races, when I would do, you know, our first leagues and stuff like that, like I would win all the time. Like I didn't even really have to practice, right? And like I was just winning races, running up front and stuff like that. Now those people smash me. But I mean, they're so much better than me. So much better than me. Because I don't put in the time like they do. I don't race as much as they do, you know, in those cars, right? Whether it's Greg or Bruce or Jeremy, Jordan, Mike, Zach, you name it. Everybody on Team SSR and SSR Elite, they're all better than me. The only reason I'm on the Elite team is because it's my team. Okay, like that's the only reason that I'm on the team is because I own the team. So if I didn't, I wouldn't be on it, right? Because those guys are much better than me. You know. Now here's the thing: if those guys hopped into an asphalt race with me, guess what? I'd probably beat them, right? Maybe not all of them. There's a couple of them that do asphalt. Jeremy does asphalt, so does Jordan. They'd probably beat me. They're pretty good, right? But everybody else, that'd probably beat them because they don't run it. So it's just different skills, man. It's no big deal. Who cares? The main thing is at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun. That's the thing, man. As long as you're enjoying yourself and having fun, that's what matters. You know, it's even though this is my job, this is my business, right? Like if I don't provide people results, if I don't, when I'm live streaming, if I'm not entertaining, if I'm not entertaining and providing good information in my videos, right? If I'm not giving out good content on the website or in the paid services, right? Whatever. If I don't do that stuff, like, my wife and kids don't eat, okay? But even with all of that, I still have to I still have to have fun because that's why I started doing it. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing it. I might as well just go get a regular job. So, it's the same thing for you, man. Wherever you're at, who cares, dude? Just have fun, man. I just did races tonight. I'd never ran a sprint car race before on asphalt. Did it. You know what I mean? Lost safety rating. Oh well. Did a Silver Crown race. Crashed. I'd never driven that car ever, not even a test. You know what I mean? Okay. Like it's just, you know, whatever. Get out there, run, have some fun. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Yeah, I still use IRFFB, Ed. Right there. I know people have trouble. They've had some problems with it. And, there's been a couple of things that I've kind of figured out for ways to fix it. But there's been some people who, like, they were like, dude, every time I go to use it, like, I gotta recalibrate, I gotta redo this, I gotta install this, like, so I know quite a few people who like it, but they just got rid of it because it was such a hassle. IRFFB is one of those things I wish, because it's like open source, I wish some people would like get together, work on it, and like kind of work out all the bugs, because it would be really incredible. I wish iRacing would just take IRFFB and put it into, make that their force feedback. And then they could work the bugs out and all that stuff like that. I think that would be incredible. I need to record the telemetry. So I got all this all dialed in and set up. The only thing I have not done is I have not fine-tuned the ride height on it yet. So that's the last thing I need to do. Yes, I know that the line is to actually cut through the track. I'll do that in a couple laps. I want to make sure that my ride heights and everything are good first. Actually, a little tight coming out of the corner right now. Tight on entry, too. I wonder what the track is at right now. Hey, what's up, Chris? This thing could definitely be a little bit loose, a little bit more loose on entry. Free it up some. Just need some time to race. Yeah, Chris. Well, man, you've had a lot on your plate lately. God, it's like 100 degrees in my office right now. This freaking computer's so hot. And the air conditioning in here sucks.
You got a slow car up ahead. Car stops down low. Slow car up high. Go low.
I couldn't do that if I tried. VJoy showed up as corrupt too. Yeah, VJoy's been a nightmare for people. Yeah, and see, Red Wagon, I've heard other people have similar issues, and I've told them, I'm like, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. It's not worth it. If it's not working, just get rid of it, man. Because your force feedback's something that, like, I've used IRFFB now so much that when the regular iRacing force feedback is on, I know it immediately. Like, I know it before I'm even on the track. I can feel it. I'm like, oh crap, my IRFFB's not on. So you don't want to be going back and forth because they're so different. Just go back to the iRacings and just get used to that one and be done with it. Because yeah, it's just, if it's giving you any kind of problems like that, don't even mess with it, man. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So, alright, let me check Motec here. I need to see what... Let's bring this over real quick. The car actually felt a little tight on entry. I almost think I could loosen it up a little bit more. I'm wondering... I think I'm going to take some bump out of the left rear. And... oh, wait a second. That should be higher. Okay, but that was... See, I actually think I want to go 20 on that. Get the weight to the right rear a little bit quicker. Okay, I wish we could change the gear. I hate the fact that they lock us into the gears like that. It sucks, man. The things just bog coming out of the corners. I guess they do that in real life too. It's dumb. What's the track tip? 108. I actually think I might be able to get a little bit more out of that with the tape. Let's see what we got here. Oops, wrong one. That was after the run. Phoenix Oval Open. Bam, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I need to see that was when I was cutting through. So let's just look at lap 1. 0.63. Okay, so I got my ride heights basically right where I want them. I got the front right where I want it. What did it look like on lap 5? Yep, perfect. That's what I want. Alright, dynamic loads. See, I think... See, I think coming out of the corner, I need some more... See, my crossweight's good going in, but I need some more right rear coming out. I've got too much left rear. But I don't want to stiffen up the left rear spring anymore, because that 650 feels really good. I'm going to actually drop this down. 6898. Okay, there we go. 748 6868. Okay. All right. Let's try that. I need to get my setup sheet open too. All right, there we go. Okay.
Inside.
Yeah,
All
Chris,
clear, all
I'm so looking forward to that, man. I'm launching the new podcast. Hopefully it should be this next week. And I'm looking forward to the Gold Cup here in Chico, and I'm looking forward to the World Finals. Should be a lot of fun.
Inside. All clear, all clear. Go high. Slow car down low. Car stops down low.
I hate the fact that this is the line. I wish iRacing would make it to where you can't run that. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. That should be a black flag.
We have a slow car up high. Go low.
It's like at Bristol running on the aprons at the dirt track. Like, they should put the turtles on the apron like they did in real life. Because it's stupid that's a line.
Inside. Clear low, clear low. Car stops down low. Car stops down low.
Yeah, this is practice. We will eat like kings too. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Got one inside. All clear, all clear. Got one inside.
I'm definitely looking forward to
Stay
it.
high. Clear low, clear low.
I wish it was this week. Like I'm so ready for a vacation.
Got one inside. All clear, all clear. Got one inside.
God, all these people just keep spinning out in the corner, man. I cannot get my car. It is not loose enough for me on the entry. I don't know why it's doing that. The softer right rear spring actually helped it some coming off the corner, believe it or not. Because I didn't want to stiffen up the left rear more for the entry, but I need to, let me look at my drive real quick, because or look at this, because I need to, let me see here. I could raise the track bar on the left side more. I can increase the left front spring too. Let's go to 400. Let's see what we got. Let's see how that feels. Let's go to 400. And then let me see my shock real quick. My shock guide. Yeah, we're gonna need to stiffen that spring again. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go with a 600 and a 750. I'm gonna increase the spring split that I had before by 100 pounds. So I need 6.8 and 6.8. Oops, wrong way. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's try that. Oh, no problem, man. I just, I'm switching the colors of my stuff over to yellow. My Xfinity car's got the new color scheme on it, so looks really good. Well, that's good, Chris. I'm glad your mom's gonna be at full health by then. That's really good.
Low car down low. We have a car stopped down low. Go high.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Ah, crap. Splitters on the ground. Want a little less crossweight, actually. Alright. Okay. Oh, dang it. I'm thinking... Okay. Now I gotta redial in my ride height after that. Yeah, we... Look at that. My splitter's back into the ground, man. That's so crazy. It's so crazy when that happens. Go to a stiffer spring in the front. Now my splitter's in the ground. Look at, just in the ground, thing won't turn. Thing just bottoming out. Okay. Yeah, Chris, this Sunday I can do a session this Sunday in the morning before I go to work at Amazon. So nope, still in the ground. That is the craziest thing ever when that happens. This happened to me earlier today. Drove me nuts. Drove me absolutely crazy. Now I need to go literally back to my race setup. This is why you always want to save setups. See how many times I was making changes and stuff? So we're going to go back this. I'm just going to increase this right rear spring now. Make sure that we keep the ride heights the same. Okay. Alright, god dang it. Wait a second. Alright. Let's try this again. Hyperflix, just School of Sim Racing, Thomas Brandon Gaming, School of Sim Racing. That's the page. There we go. See how much better it turns when it's not digging the splitter into the ground? Oh yeah, now we're good. That's actually what even though I spun out, hit the wall, that's what I want. All right, let's try that again though. Now that I know it's gonna snap on me, let's try it again. I want her to be loose. If it's loose at the beginning of the run, it'll be good at the end.
Got one inside. All clear, all clear.
Boom, shakalaka. I think we got something.
We have a slow car up high. Car stops ahead. Go high. Inside. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Outside. You're 2 wide there. All clear, all clear. You got 1 outside. All clear,
Jesus.
all clear. You got 1 inside. All clear, all clear.
Hope that's not a sign of things to come. Check this real quick. Ride height. Boom! Sweet. That's what I wanted to see. Alrighty. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good! I need to leave up my tire pressure adjustment though. What's up, David? Oh, it's all good, Chris. I understand, man. Dude, you got stuff going on, brother. I haven't been on as much lately, neither, with everything I've had going on in my household and family, so I get it. You know, things have not been, you know, fairy tale in my house neither, so it's all good, man. I understand. Yeah, good luck, you guys.
Car stops down low.
Alright, let's build ourselves a qualifying setup. We're going to tape off the front, and we're going to increase the cross weight. I'm going to move that up just a little bit, not much. Get rid of that. I'm going to probably need to move this up because I'm going to have some nose weight on it, which will drop the front more. And whoops. And save. Qualify. Probably not going to be a great qualifying setup, but we'll see what happens. Yep, no problem. Hey, what's up, Kurt? Okay, Hyper. Well, Blake, it's going. We're having fun, man. That's all that matters. So, the asphalt sprint car race was fun.
Green flag, green flag.
I think my splitter's on the ground. I don't think I moved it up enough. Yep, it's hitting the ground. Gosh dang it. Aw, man, I thought I moved it up enough. Apparently I didn't. I need to create like a guide for every inch of nose weight. You need to move the front end up X amount or something. This thing's not even turning. It's just in the pavement. Okay, well, it looks like we're gonna be doing the back row challenge or mid-pack challenge. Turn. I should have just taped off the race setup. I shouldn't even have messed with that ballast. I should have just taped off the nose
flag this time by.
And added some crossweight. I shouldn't even have messed with it. You can see the splitter just in the ground. Okay, we're gonna delete that setup because that's horrible. Okay. Thanks, Chris. I will, man. Yeah, Blake, it's going good, man. We did the asphalt sprint cars. That was actually a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in that race. Didn't get the ending I was hoping for. I had been running top 10, and we got a little wreck incident type of thing. Ran the Silver Crowns. That was a mistake. Probably shouldn't have done that. I wrecked there hard. Then we did the Dirt Midgets, just a hosted race. That was pretty fun till the car was broken and I wrecked. And I gotta see this. Yeah, that's weird, Hyper. I don't know why it did that. That's really weird. I mean, you watched me put the link in there. It was the setup. I don't know why it would do that. That's so weird. I don't know. We had some issues with the server and stuff like that. I'll have to take another look at it. I'll have to test it myself with my other account and see. All right. Now I do like one thing about this track, the tire fall off is quite a bit. It's not as much as like Atlanta, but it's quite a bit. Yeah, I need an e-brake, Sheldon, to get that turn when the nose is buried. Yeah, Blake, Chili Bowl's fun when you're in a good split. The one I did today was chaos. I qualified. There was 15 or 16 of us. I qualified third fast. It was like Rico Robles. Like, there was some fast midget drivers in there. And I'm starting outside row of the first heat. We go to start the race. And, of course, on the outside, my car kind of pushes, and so I have to kind of, like, whip it. The guy behind me, bam, right into the side, right into the back of me, spins me out. So I finished last in the heat race. Start in the back of the feature. And I ended up finishing 6th. So, not bad. But it was fun. I actually like Chili Bowl.
And have a good run.
Chili Bowl is a fun race. It's just so dependent on who you end up with, though. You know, I've had some splits there before where literally Chili Bowl, it's like one of the funnest races I've ever done. Like, it was a 2-groove track. You could run high or low. And the guys that were in the race with me, there was like, you know, 17 cars or 16 cars, and it was just
Right, man,
a
we're going
phenomenal
green next
race,
time by.
man.
All
Awesome
right, man,
race.
line up on
And
the
then I've
inside
had
row.
some
Pit road is closed.
that were
It's the 19 car.
a nightmare. I mean, just chaos. So it's really just so dependent upon the split, man. But it is a lot of fun. I love the
ready?
midgets. So, I mean, that's my go-to dirt car. I love those things.
The pace car is in.
I really like it with the new tire model. I think they've done a good job. I know a lot of people complain about it,
Green
but I
flag,
really
green
like
flag.
it.
Inside. Say hi. There's a car on the low side. Still there. All clear, all clear.
This is where things are going to get dicey throughout this race, where people are dive bombing down through that apron and coming up just like that in front, right there.
Low car up high. Inside. You're too wide there. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Catch the 24 car. Catch the 2 car. Pit road is now open.
Yeah, Hyper, I don't know how to fix that because I don't know what's causing that. I don't know what's causing that.
Catch the 2 car.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just that one setup. Did you try downloading different setups or different things?
Pit road is closed.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
All right, man, we're going
That
green
sounds
next
like
time
your
by.
mouse
All
is
right, man.
clicking
Line
on
up
something
the
different
outside road
because
now.
I
Catch the 15
know for a
car.
fact other people have not had that problem. That's really weird. I'll have to look at that. No, don't make a different account. Because that might not be the problem. So yeah, don't make a different account. You don't want to have multiple accounts and if you want, but I don't know if that'll fix it. That's the thing.
The pace car is
You
in.
can try making a different one and seeing if it works, then
Green
it's something
flag,
with
green
the
flag.
account. I don't know what would cause that, but
Inside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear low, clear low.
all right, guys, let's get some green flag laps in.
Inside. Stay high. All clear, all clear. Got one outside. Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
No!
Three wide. You're all clear, clear all around. All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Catch the 22 car. Catch the 1 car.
Dude. Oh my god, man. Last week I had almost a 4.0 safety rating. It was like a 3.8 or something like that. Now it's going to be below 2. And literally, with the exception of like the Silver Crown race and like one other race, like everything else like has not been of my own doing. Ah, that's so frustrating. Yeah, that's... Have a good night. Yeah, it downloads the setups for me. Yeah, it's downloading them for me. So I don't know why it's doing that for you. I don't know why. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Blake, there's a little bit of a difference. The biggest difference with the new tire model on the Midget is you can actually feel the cushion and stuff like that a whole lot more. Like, you used to not be able to feel that. So before with the Midget, you could, they had a lot of forward bite and stuff like that, and you could set them up to where, like, you could get them to have some side bite, but it was kind of, it was kind of gimmicky. Like, you'd run a super soft bar and super soft tire pressure and stuff. But now with this tire model, it's actually got some side bite to it. You can feel the cushion. You can feel it when you're hitting the different track, you know, the different types of track, whether it's slick or bumpy or tacky and stuff like that, where before you couldn't feel that. And it's got bite now in the car without you having to run, you know, some ridiculous setup. Like, you can run, like the Chili Bowl setup this week. I've got an 800 bar in the right rear with a 750 in the left rear, and it's still hooked up, right? Like, I'm running 50,000 split, and that thing still wants to roll up and kind of pick up the left side some because it's got so much bite on the right rear. So it's really nice. I mean, I really like the tire model. Yeah, David, a lot of those guys are... I've been talking about doing a video on it, and I'm going to do one now because I'm not right now this second, but I'm going to do one because it's ridiculous. It's every race like that. I see that in every race. Even when I'm not the one getting caught up in it, it's people over driving their car on like lap 2. And it's like, look, man, you don't have to, just don't do that. You know, one guy at North Wilkesboro last week, he dove down in, made it like 3 wide on lap 1, took out a bunch of cars, and everyone was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? It's lap 1. You can't win the race on lap 1. Why are you doing that? And he was like, okay, well, when should I pass people? When is it okay to pass? It's like, dude, passing people and making it 3 wide on lap 1 are 2 totally different things. Like, there's a difference between an opportunity, taking advantage of an opportunity, right? Passing somebody because there's a hole there and you got to run. And, like, jumping the start and putting people in an uncomfortable position, like, that's just stupid, you know? Especially on cold tires. So, it's just... what are you gonna do? You know? Rant over.
Slow car up high. Got a car stopped up high.
I think I need a little bit more faster split. Or maybe not. I think I just need to loosen up the car a little bit.
Got one stopped up high. Go low.
Yeah, I need to loosen that up some. What's the weather? Because that is definitely, it seems like it's a little bit slicker than when I tested. Oh no, it's actually colder. Oh, different usage though. Okay. Let's go 2 on the stagger. Actually, no, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go 458. And then I'm gonna raise this up some. I'm gonna keep that the other like that. Take my Tylenol. Yes, you can definitely lose a race on the first lap. Can't win it, but you can absolutely lose it. Ooh, that feels better.
Got one stopped up high.
Need to go in a little bit higher there and not cut the corner so much. Why don't you race opens, Greg? You're good enough. Ah. Dang it. Gotta lose. Oh, you're welcome, Jaden. Yeah, 5.6 is great, man. He was the first, like the first person that we made, like SSR partnered with, was 5.6. We partnered with him. Ah, man, SSR had only been around. We'd only had the Discord for like a month. God dang it. So apparently this thing is going to be really loose the first couple of laps. Okay. What is going on here? Why is it that now this thing's just snapping loose on me? It wasn't doing that earlier. What the hell am I doing wrong here? Hey. Oh, I need to. I have not Motec this yet. Okay, so we need to let these things heat up quite a bit.
Go high.
I think I need to put a little shorter gear in it.
up high.
Yeah, I need to go to a shorter gear. Apply, done, race. There we go. Well, hopefully we can have this be a good race, and we can call it a night after this one. Go spend some time with my son. Go eat some ice cream and watch some Star Wars. That's our thing. We watched all of the Clone Wars, the series. It's like 8 seasons or something. There's a lot. We watched all of that. Now we're watching Star Wars Rebels. He loves Star Wars. I've created a monster with him. He wants to like collect action figures, Lego. Like he loves Star Wars Lego. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. My phone has spent more time searching Star Wars Legos. Jesus. Start doing that. I had worked and worked and worked to get the snap out of this thing, and now it's doing it. What the hell? I love dirt, Jaden. I really love dirt. I've done a lot of it. And right now, the main reason I'm doing so much asphalt is because the business is expanding to asphalt. If I want to have SSR, you know, help as many people as possible, I gotta do asphalt. You know, I need to do oval and I need to do road racing. And so that's why I'm focusing on it so much. I used to love asphalt racing. This is what before the, before the World of Outlaws sprint car game on PlayStation or whatever it was, before that, I played the original NASCAR and NASCAR Racing 2 on PC. Me and my buddy used to do, like, 500 lap races on there. You know, I mean, we had a wheel. It wasn't a force feedback wheel. And we would sit there and we would race for hours. And you used to be able to go in and you could adjust the skill rating of the other cars because it was AI. You couldn't do it online. And so we would go in and we would turn all the other cars up, and we made our own teams and we did all this stuff, man. We used to play it for hours and hours and hours and hours. And I loved it, man. And then I used to do Gran Turismo and Forza, like those games. I mean, dude, that was my stuff back then, man. I loved those. I used to play those for hours, but I stopped doing, you know, I kind of got out of gaming before all of this online stuff blew up, you know what I mean? Like, I had stopped before all this had kind of happened. Like, I kind of missed my opportunity to really do it. You know, not to sound like one of those guys at the basketball playground, you know, my coach hadn't screwed me over, I'd be in the pros then, you know, not to sound like that, but had I kept doing it, I legitimately I could have been one of the best ones. I was like Grandma's Boy, if you've ever seen that movie. Like, that was me, man, when I was a teenager. Like, there was no game I couldn't beat. There was no anything. Whatever it was, it didn't matter. I used to go to back when 7-Eleven had arcade games. This is how old I am. Back when 7-Eleven used to have arcade games, I would go to 7-Eleven after school, and I would go there, and I would hustle the high school kids. I was in like 5th grade, and I would go play against the high school kids, and you would play for 1-1. So basically, it was a quarter for the game. You play against somebody. If you won, the person that you beat gave you a quarter and then also paid for your next game. And I would sit there and play for hours and I'd just smash people. I mean, you know what I mean? High schoolers, you know, when I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, you know what I mean? Like, I'd have to take my cousin with me so I didn't get beat up, you know, like that. Like, that was what I used to do. And I did that all the time for years. I had friends that they'd be playing a game, and it could be anything. I mean, everything from Final Fantasy to Tony Hawk skateboarding, like, and everything in between, you know, Zelda, Link, I mean, whatever, you know. I had a buddy one time, he couldn't get past the level. Brought his whole entire system over because I didn't have an Xbox at that time. I had a PlayStation. He brought his Xbox over. I hooked it up. It's actually why we ended up getting an Xbox, because once I played it, I was like, man, this thing's awesome. He brought it over, and I ended up playing it for like probably 45 minutes to kind of figure out the controls and stuff like that, and then I beat the level. He had spent days trying to get past this level. I did it in like an hour and a half. So I was really good at gaming. Really good at gaming. Had I known the world that we have today was going to exist, I would have never stopped. I would have kept doing it. Because like I said, I was really, really good. Yes, that means that your best lap is your optimal lap. Yes, he is. He has seen part of the original trilogy. He hasn't seen all of it yet. He's really into the cartoons and stuff like that, obviously. But yeah, he does want to see it. Wonder if the weather changed from the practice. Yeah, it might have. It went up a little bit. The track state changed. It's high usage now. Yeah, Jaden, I worked for a sprint car team for years. Yeah, we did sprint cars, midgets, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I did it for years. If I had the money, I would go dirt racing right now. I shouldn't even say if I had the money. If I wasn't married, I'd go out, I'd figure out the money, and I would put together a racing team, and I'd be on the road right now making a living racing. If I wasn't, you know what I mean, if I didn't have a family, I would be doing that right now. Blake, you've never seen Star Wars? Come on, man. What team? Oh, well, the first team that I worked for was basically it was a local team. It was Ron Matthews, you know, just Matthews Racing is what it was called. They were new. Ron's son, Shane, was a couple years younger than me. He started racing outlaw karts with us. He was like a family friend type of thing. He was friends with my best friend, Josh, who I had got into outlaw kart racing with. He was friends with Chuck and Debbie, Josh's parents. And Ron had always raced stock cars and modified stuff like that. and he wanted to get Shane into racing, and so he brought him in and
You not
we
getting
started
extra
running
charge
outlaw
for this
carts with
race,
us,
so let's
and
not out there.
started doing good. And after a very short period of time, Ron, he basically wanted to get Shane into the big stuff. And so if I remember correctly, they actually had Shane emancipated, I believe that's the term, at 15, so he could run sprint cars here in California. Sprint cars and midgets, because I think the law states you have to be 16
All right,
or
man.
something like
Line
that.
up on the outside row now.
And,
Pit road is closed. Catch the 10 car.
He was emancipated, I believe, so he could do that. So I started working with them. The guy that they had partnered with was a guy by the name of Terry Caves. Terry Caves was pretty big in the midget world, in the USAC world. He had gone and done the world championships in Australia, and he had a bunch of different people drive for him, like Kenny Schrader and
All right,
Tony
man, we're going
Stewart
green
and Ronnie
next time,
Day,
bye.
and like really, really top level drivers, had won a lot and stuff like that. So I started learning from Terry about the midget side of things, and then Terry was good friends with Duke and Scotty McMillan, who were a pretty big sprint car team out here on the West Coast back then.
ready.
They did. I think Duke died. Duke died a few years ago now, but it's probably been longer than a few years. But I don't know if Scotty's still doing it or not. But they ran, back then it's changed its name so many times, but back then it was
Yeah,
the
one
Northern
inside.
Auto Racing Club, NARC. That's where we got
Say
NARC
hi.
from. I just
All clear, all
kind of
clear.
ripped off the initials, and I called it the National Auto Racing Club instead of Northern Auto Racing Club. But they did that. King of the West, Golden State Challenge. It's had a bunch of different names, but it's all pretty much the same series. And then they would always do the Outlaw swing and stuff like that, and they always ran really good with the Outlaw. They had very good stuff. Their driver at the time was Tim Kading, who is a very good driver. He's actually won on the Outlaw circuit. Tim was one of the best
Inside.
sprint car drivers to ever
Say
come
hi.
through Silver Dollar Speedway. Like, he dominated
Clear
Silver
low,
Dollar
clear
Speedway.
low.
Dominated it for years. And Duke and Scotty were good friends with Terry, and that kind of got them introduced to
Got one outside.
Ron, and so Ron started
Stay
doing
low,
this.
there's
They
a
wanted
car
to do the
behind
sprint
that.
car stuff,
Clear high, clear high.
and so we started doing the sprint cars with them.
Inside.
And then Ron
Clear
wanted to
low,
get
clear
Shane
low.
into sprint cars while Shane was doing midgets. And
Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
dang it, overshot that corner. And so Ron ended up getting Shane a 410 sprint car while we were doing USAC midgets. And yeah, I mean, we were off and running. I was working with them and prepping the cars each week and then setting them up at the track. And yeah, I when I was like 16, 17 years old, I was in high school. And I was doing because in school you can do like the work programs, you could get on half days. And my job was working for Ron. That was my job. And so he would fill out my paper every week for my hours. We were only supposed to work like 20 hours a week. I would work 20 hours in 2 days. I was getting out of school at 11:30 in the morning and going to the shop, and I would be there until 10 o'clock at night, like 5 days a week. And I am not paying attention. I'm sitting here just chatting away, just not even paying attention. So he did that, and like I said, I did that for years. And God dang it. He did that for years, and then Shane ended up getting out of the midgets after a couple of years, just started doing the sprint cars. And I had actually moved away. I had moved to Washington. They had kind of had there was kind of a falling out with the business between Terry and Ron. And because Terry was like, look, Shane needs to focus on the midgets. He's not good enough to do the midgets in the sprint cars. It's messing him up. Every time he does the sprint car, you can tell in the midget, he's You know, he's not good enough to just bounce back and forth. He needs to learn one, which there was a lot of truth in that. Shane was really young at the time. He was like 17 years old. And, you know, like I loved Ron. Ron is the reason why I got into racing the way that I did. And he was the one who bought me my first Outlaw kart. But, you know, Ron envisioned Shane as being like Jeff Gordon. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, there's only one of those guys a lifetime, right? There's not a dozen of them. You know, let's just get him in one and focus on it. And if it's the midget, it's the midget. If it's a sprint car, it's a sprint car. But get him in one and have him focus on one. And so they actually got out of the midgets and they just went with the sprint cars, and we were doing that. And I had actually moved away. And when I came back, my buddy Lee was hold on a second. I gotta pay attention here for a second. I'm like not in a rhythm or anything. I'm just like cruising around, missing my marks real quick. Hold on. So anyways, I had moved up to Washington just because I wanted to get out of California. I had family up there, and I was just tired of it. I hated this state even all the way back then. And so I had moved up there, and I was up there for a while. And I ended up coming back because I was trying to get a job at a big company out here. And of course, that didn't happen. But when I came back, my buddy Lee, who had started getting into sprint cars and doing, you know, the crew chief mechanic stuff like me, he had gone to work for Ron on Shane's stuff. And he had called me, he'd hit me up, and he was like, hey man, I'm working for Ron now. You interested in coming back, you know, to dirt racing? And at the time, I had kind of done with it, you know. I was just like, ah, man, because I had some offers from other teams, you know, where I could go out and, you know, and who knows if they were real offers, you know what I mean? Sometimes people are just talking, but, you know, I had a couple of offers where I could have gone out and it was like $300 a week or something like that, and they pay your expenses and everything. It's like, that's great, but at the time I was in my early 20s. I was a drug addict at that time. God dang it. And it was like I can't live on the road, you know. I didn't want to live on the road anyways, and I was like, but I can't live on the road. I won't be able to function. I can't go more than 12 hours without getting my fix. And if I'm on the road, I'm not going to have, you know, people to get stuff from. And, you know, granted, I probably could have found them, but I mean, I'm supposed to be there working on a race car, not trying to score drugs, right? So, I was like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. And so I was kind of done with it. And I pretty much, you know, I could have probably got clean, but I was, at the time, I was in a lot of pain and I wasn't happy. I wasn't in a very good place, and so that was my escape. It was my excuse, you know. I was, like I said, I was in pain, and I just, like, yeah, I'll just get high every day. Like that was kind of how I looked at life back then. Pretty sad place to be. But so anyways, when I moved back, Lee he had asked me, and he was like, look, it's local. We're not going to be doing any travel. It's not like we're going to be living out of the truck or anything. And if we do, it's for a day or two. He's like, and look, man, he's like, I think we can do some good stuff, dude. He's like, I think we can win races, and it'll just be me and you calling the shots. And, you know, he's like, we haven't got to do that before, because me and Lee had worked with other people where we got to call the shots, but it had to be approved, right? Like, hey, I want to do this to the car, and this is what we're going to do. And then, you know, Terry or someone would be like, okay, I like that, you can do that, right? Like, we didn't just get to have, like, unprecedented, this is what we're doing, whether you like it or not. And so I can't, God dang it, man. So I came back and worked with them. And I'll never forget it, man. The first week I come back, and like I had just moved back from Washington, and
You got one inside. Say hi. There's a car on the low side. All clear, all clear.
I had just moved back from Washington, and yeah, I'm not doing very good though. I haven't paid much attention to the race. I've been talking the whole time. So first week back, I come back and we're getting the car ready. We got a race on that Friday night, and it's like a Tuesday. And what's the question, man? Yeah, I can do that after I finish Jordan and Greg stuff. Yeah, I can do that. So, we come back and we start looking at this car, and mind you, like we hadn't really dug into it yet. And
Inside.
you know, I'm like,
Clear
well,
low,
who's been
clear
working
low,
on this thing,
inside.
Lee? And so he tells me, and I don't want to say
Say
the guys
hi.
that we'll say Brian.
Say hi.
So Brian's been working on this
Clear
thing.
low, clear low.
And we're like, okay. And we get the thing, we got it up on the stands, right? We get the wheels off, and we're like, all right, let's check everything out. Let's make sure everything's been maintenance properly. Let's make sure everything's, you know, snug and tight and all that other good stuff, right? And we start looking, and we're like, hey man, why doesn't this wheel turn? Like we go to pull the front wheel off, we're like, why doesn't it turn? And it was like you could like spin this thing, and it was like you would thought there was a brake on. And you know, Shane was out there with us, and we're like, Shane, what the hell?
one inside.
Like, why doesn't this wheel turn? What's the
Still
deal?
there?
He's like, I don't know.
All clear, all clear.
And Lee goes, well, did Brian pack the bearings? Shane's like, I don't know. I don't think so. You know, because like Shane didn't really know a whole lot about the maintenance side of stuff. It's like, I don't think so. We freaking pull that thing off. We go to pull the hub off. The bearing was seized in there, man. Like it was just seized. Like they had never greased the bearings. They never packed them. Both sides. So we had to like chisel the old bearing out and like resurface, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. We went, and the drive shaft cover there for the drive shaft, you know, that goes in between the driver's legs. You can always tell a good car, a car that's been maintenance and put together properly, if you walk up to that drive shaft cover. If you walk up to any car, put your hand inside there and you grab it, it should spin. You should be able to spin it
Still there?
freely.
Hold your line.
If you can't
Clear
spin
low,
that
clear
thing
low.
freely, that means that car is bound up, okay? Dude, you couldn't turn that thing with channel locks, dude. Like the car was so bound up. So we ended up having to take that whole thing down to the chassis. And like I said, it's a Tuesday, and we're racing Friday night. And not only are we racing Friday night, but Friday night is a big race because it's the last race before the Outlaws come to Silver Dollar. And so we're like, dude, we need to make sure that this thing's going to even run before we attempt to run with the Outlaws, right? And we take this whole thing apart.
All right, we're halfway to the finish.
And, I mean, dude, like everything we pulled off, it was like a treasure hunt. You know what I mean? Like every time you pull something apart, you found something else wrong. It was just ridiculous, man. And so we get the whole thing apart. We get all the stuff, you know, we pack all the bearings, we change all the bolts, because there was bolts on there that were literally like had never been like maintenance. Like when you have a sprint car, when you have a race car like that, like you want to be replacing those every so often and stuff like that. And these stuff underneath the car, like the car had never been properly cleaned after we had left, after this other person was in charge of it. Like they never properly cleaned it, which is so important, man. And so we rebuilt this whole car. Now mind you, we've built cars before, right? We've rebuilt cars before. Never have the two of us rebuilt an entire 410 sprint car just with the two of us, right? I mean, like, it was a ton of work. And so we're getting this thing all put together, and we finally got it like together, and now we're blocking it and we're putting the setup on for the race, right? And it's like Thursday night.
Inside.
And we kept trying to square the rear end. I tried to get out of the way and I ended up hitting the wall. We kept trying to square the rear end, and the left side was an 1/8 inch long, and we couldn't figure out why. And it was kind of driving us crazy that the left side was an 1/8 inch long. And we would adjust the tie rods, you know, the links and stuff like that. And man, dude, then it would be short, and we'd readjust it and it would be long. We just kept falling on an 1/8 inch long. And finally, Lee was like, "Look, man, I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was Dink. They called him Dink. It's like, hey, man, I think Dink runs these things an 1/8 inch long." I'm like, really? I go, dude, I've heard of a 16th, but not an 1/8, man. I go, that just seems like too much. Like, you're talking about an 1/8 of an inch, right? But with these cars, like, little stuff like that matters. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm almost certain of it. And I'm like, well, call him and find out. So he calls him, and he's like, oh, yeah, dude. He's like, man, if you can get it at 1/8 inch long, dude, whew, he's like, man, I have my cars built that way. We're like, all right, man, whatever. So we had got the rear end, we got it all blocked, got it all set up, you know. We get it all together, and it's like, now it's like Friday afternoon, right? And we're firing this thing off, and it runs, and we're like, oh my God, thank God. You know, I mean, this is like 3 of the longest days ever building this whole car. So we get to the track that Friday night, and dude, we're exhausted. I'm exhausted, Lee's exhausted. And keep in mind, like, I'm on drugs too, so I mean, I'm like burnt. I mean, I'm burning the candle from both ends. You know, not sleeping, and then also all hopped up on stuff. And we're sitting there, and it's getting ready for, you know, hot laps to start. And me and my buddy Lee, we had this thing about quoting movies. We used to quote movies all the time. And he had said something from, oh man, what was it? What the heck was that called? I can't believe I can't remember the name of it because it was so popular. Blue Collar Comedy Tour. And then I said, it's going to be a good day today, Tater, is what I said. And when I said that, Ron was walking up. He's like, really? You think so? And then him not knowing I was joking, I was just like, oh yeah. I said, it's going to be a good day today, Ron. I said, we got this. And we actually went out and won the freaking race, dude. It was awesome, man. It was so awesome. We won the race that night, man. Our first night out together, and we won the race, dude. It was incredible. It was incredible. And then 2 weeks later, the Outlaws come to town, and we had recorded the race that we won. And we watched the video, me and Lee. And when we were watching it, we could see on the track, we were like, man, like Shane's leaving a lot on the track still. Like there's still a lot that he can get out of that car, right? Like Lee's looking at it, and Lee's like, man, I think he can get another half a second out of that car. And I'm like, well, we're going to need to get a half a second if we're going to make the show with the Outlaws. And so Outlaws come to town, and it's hot laps. Shane comes in. He's like, man, car's too tight, dude. And we're like, it'll be all right. He's like, no, man, I'm telling you, car's too tight. He's like, loosen it up. We're like, all right, we'll take care of it. I go, all right, man, what are we going to do? And he's like, I think we're going to lock it down. I go, what? He goes, let's lock it down and tell him not to lift. I go, dude, he's not going to do that. He's like, oh, no, he'll be fine, man. He's like, whatever. We ended up locking the rear end down, man. We softened the right rear bar. Freaking took some of the rebound out of the left rear shock. We were like, all right, man, don't lift. He's like, what? He's like, I told you guys to loosen it. We're like, you'll be fine, dude. We qualified like 40th or something. It was so bad. I was like, ah. That was when I really learned, like, man, you got to set the car up for the driver. They can't just drive anything. You got to set it up for the driver. So, yeah, didn't go very well. I think we made the B main or something. We didn't make the feature. We missed out on it. So, but it was a lot of fun. Just those couple of weeks. I mean, we ran obviously a lot more races together. But what am I doing? Just not even paying attention. I'm just sitting here not even paying attention. We ran a lot more races together, but those first couple weeks were hands down the funnest. They were the funnest. And I broke my car.
Inside. Stay high.
That
There's
last
the car
hit,
on the
bro.
low side. Clear low, clear low. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file.
Oh, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the story because the racing was horrible, man. I don't think I've ever gone that long and just not even paid attention before and just sat there chatting. That was really bad. That was really bad. I wasn't, wow. Reliving the old days, not even paying attention. Jesus. I can just imagine that conversation. Yeah, it was great because we had that conversation when he was in the cockpit. We were like, yeah, man, we locked it down. Just don't lift. It's like, what? It's a 1/4 mile track. Yeah, you'll be fine, dude. Just throttle down, man. It's like, you guys are killing me, dude. Nah, dude, you'll be fine. He wasn't fine. It was bad. Yeah, we qualified bad that night, dude. I don't think we were 40th, but we were like mid to low 20s. We were pretty bad, man. We were pretty bad. Yeah, thanks, Jaden. There's so many stories, man. It's not even funny. I got so many of them. Yeah. That's why I do the live stream, to talk and have fun and tell stories and stuff like that with you guys. I mean, it's obviously not to put on a clinic racing, but it makes it fun. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. So yeah, those are the teams I worked on. We went, Lee had actually got so after a while, after that season, Lee got a job with, God dang it, who? Bud Kading. Back before, I think it was before Bud had his accident. So, got a job with Bud Kading. So, Lee actually moved to Indiana. And after Lee was gone, I was kind of like done with the racing thing. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to do it. And so, I had always talked about, I'd always wanted to go to North Carolina. That was my dream when I was in high school. I wanted to go to North Carolina. I wanted to work in NASCAR. That was what I wanted to do. And so Lee had gone to Indiana, and I was kind of done with the dirt track stuff. I was just kind of like, whatever. I don't really want to do it anymore. You know, I had done it for years at this point, and I was just kind of like, yeah, you know, I'm good. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I didn't want to be living out of a truck, dirt track racing at the time, you know. And the drug thing was always a real problem too. So, after about a year, Lee had ended up doing really well with kading, and he got a job offer with Casey Kane. Casey Kane, at the time, was in NASCAR running Cup. I think at this time he was driving for Evernham at the time. That's how long ago this was. Um, but Casey Kane had started a sprint car team, and they hired Lee, and so Lee was on the team. It was just Lee and Casey's like cousin Willie and Cole and like his brother or something. Like it was literally like a family affair. And so Lee moved to North Carolina and was back in North Carolina. That's where Kane's sprint car shop was. And so he was back there, and he had called me when he went back there, and we were talking and stuff, and he was like, well, hey man, if you still want to do that NASCAR thing, he's like, I'm in North Carolina now. Because that was the thing. I was like, dude, if I go back there, I got to find an apartment. I got to get a job. I got to do, all this stuff. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to do that and then find a way in. Well, now I've got this guy, I've got a friend who's working for somebody in NASCAR. I was like, man, dude, maybe I can do this. Now, at the time, my knee was pretty jacked up. I'd had a couple of surgeries. It was really bad. But I was like, I don't care. I've saved up the money. I had like $5,000 saved. I was like, I'm just going to, quit the drugs cold turkey, which was the stupidest decision I could have made. And I'm going to just move to North Carolina. And that's what I did. I packed up my stuff and I moved to North Carolina, and I moved in with Lee. And I got back there. And the day that I got back there, because he was actually living there with another person that we knew, this girl Danielle. And there was supposed to be 3 of us. And so the day that I get there, he's like, hey, Danielle moved out. And I'm like, oh my God. So like right now, I mean, from the right when I step off the plane, my rent's gone up, my cost of everything, the price of everything just went up. I'm like, dude, I only came back here with like $5,000. I can't just live off that forever. So, I got back there, and I was back there about a week or two, and I was like, how the hell am I gonna find a way into NASCAR? Like, you know what I mean? Like that was I was like, how am I gonna do this? What am I gonna do? I was really trying to rack my brain. Like, man, what can I do to get into a shop? I didn't have a car. I didn't, you know what I mean? I was like, well, I can buy a car, because I had enough money to buy a car. I was like, if I find a job, I'll buy a car. But I'm not going to just waste my money on a car and then it not work out. And now I got a car, I got to drive back to California, And so I'd been back there a few weeks, and I had applied at some jobs like Lowe's and stuff like that. But one night we were at a bar, and I'm sitting there at a table. There's this guy at the table. There was a bunch of people there, but there's this guy at the table, and I'm kind of just not talking or anything to anybody. Just having a drink, and I'm just kind of sitting there. And this guy next to me starts talking to me. He's like, hey, man, I'm Jarrett. What's your name? Where are you from? Stuff like that. Like, I guess he could probably tell that I wasn't from around North Carolina. And because back then I looked like a, back then I kind of looked like a punk kid from California. And so we were talking and stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm from California too. I'm from, Southern California. El Cajon, I think, is the name of the town or something like that. And so we're sitting there talking and everything, and then he's like, well, what are you doing back here? And so I told him, I was like, man, I came back to get a job in racing. I love racing. I've done it for years, and I want to work in racing. I would love to one day. I said my dream would be to be sitting on top of a box as a crew chief, right? Like that was the ultimate dream, to be a crew chief. I go, and in order to do that, I got to get a job doing something, right? And look, this was back before all the engineers, and you didn't have to have a degree to get into NASCAR. It was starting to get that way, but it wasn't quite there yet. And at the time, he was actually working for I want to say it was LaJoy Seats, making seats at Randy LaJoy's place, I think. It was one of those seat places. I want to say it was LaJoy. And he asked me, he's like, can you TIG weld? I'm like, yeah. He was like, well, hey, let me give you my card. Give me a call next week, and we'll talk. And I'm like, sweet. You know? I'm like, yeah, this is freaking awesome. All I knew was the guy's name was Jared. He gave me a card. When I see his card, his name's Jared Johnson. And I'm like, all right, well, Jared Johnson, thank you, right? Like, not really thinking about it much. We get into the truck and we're leaving. Lee and Mike, this other guy's with us. He's like, what were we talking to Jared about? And so I told him, and they were like, well, hey, man, if he said that, he'll help you. And I was like, really? They're like, do you know who he is? I'm like, Jared Johnson? Like, yeah, Jared Johnson. They're like, that's Jimmy Johnson's brother. I'm like, the NASCAR driver? They're like, yes, dope. Like, that's Jimmy Johnson's brother. I was like, oh, damn. Really? They're like, yeah. So if he says he can help you, that he'll help you, he'll help you. They're like, call him. Because I'm like, dude, is this some drunk guy just talking to me at the bar, right? Like, is this guy just, blowing smoke? And they're like, no, man, he's not, call him. So I was like, I was stoked, dude. I was really stoked. I was super excited. And it's like, this was on like a Friday night. 2 days later, I'm freaking walking from like the gas station. I'd gone to the gas station. There was a gas station right across from where my apartments were and a Subway. And I would walk over there. I'd get a 12-pack of beer and a Subway sandwich. And I would come home and I'd watch the NASCAR race. I'm walking back and my knee goes out. My knee goes out. Freaking knee swells up. And keep in mind, like, I had quit the drugs cold turkey and I had been like in detox for like weeks. I'd been fighting this crap, not really sleeping, feeling like crap, looked like hell, and now this happened. And when that happened, I was just like, that's it, I'm done. And ended up that day, I called back home and I bought a plane ticket and I was like, look, I'm coming back. And yeah, I flew out the next day. I was just, I was devastated, man. I was so, and dude, I have no idea what would have happened had I called him that next day. I have no clue if the dude would have helped me. I have no clue if it would have made it, but it's just, it was just one of those things that it just sucks. You know what I mean? When the opportunity's there and you don't get to take it, you always wonder what if, that's why I always tell people with anything, I'm like, just do it. Just try. Just find out. Don't ever sit back and wonder what if. What if I had done this? What if I had tried this? Because that will haunt you literally for the rest of your life. It really will. Like, don't get me wrong. I love my life. Right? My wife, my kids, I love it, man. My life is great. I get to do sim racing for a living. Trust me, it's great, but I still wonder what if about that. And, I'm like that with a lot of stuff, and it happens to everybody. So, yeah, I don't know how I ended up on this motivational thing. I don't know. It's been a weird night. But anyways, that's going to do it all for tonight, you guys. Yeah, that's going to do it all for tonight. I'm not going to be on tomorrow night. I'll be on tomorrow night, but I'm not going to be live streaming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm going to be doing some other stuff, but I will be back on Thursday. I will be live streaming on Thursday as long as the internet's working. Comcast has been on here messing with the internet during the day, and then at night, luckily it's working tonight, but it's been weird. So they don't screw things up. I'll be back Thursday night. But yeah, that's going to do it all for tonight. I'm going to go spend some time with my son. So anyways, you guys, thanks as always for coming out. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely a little different than normal, but yeah, hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you once again. Until next time, good luck, good racing, take care.